26 years of age, second album in. What a ride it's been so far, man. Crazy time. Stormzy, how you doing, my man?
I'm alright, my brother. How
you?
I'm all good, man. I'm all good.
How do you feel in this specific moment? A couple of days before the album drops, would you have ever thought you would be at this place? Second album in, just the debut album out, Gang Signs and Prayer. How's it feeling right now?
It feels like a blessing. Like it feels amazing. Like I feel like you know how you said like, did I know I would ever be here? Yeah, I did. Like I did. Like thank God. Like I've always had like a clear ambition and purpose. I knew. But however, to be in them, I always say you can't ever underestimate. That's a blessing. Like you see, to still be an artist. Like I came in the game 2014. I was dropping music. I dropped my album 2017. Yeah. And I went away like as in I was not on the radar like musically anyway like for 2 years, and then now I'm here and like people like are waiting to listen to me again. Like as I always say, like having people's ears, having the listeners' ears like in time that's a blessing. Like that's an honor, that's a gift, you know what I mean? Like as in to be an artist who God willing I'm gonna drop my album and people would like to hear what I have to say, people would like to hear what I've done. Like that's you can't buy that. You can't like so yes, I knew I'd be here, but to actually be here and be thinking flipping it, we're still here. Like we're still here. Like we done it, we survived, we excelled, like we're still here. Like so you can't take it for granted.
Especially in times where so much is going on in the music market, having the people's ears
exactly. So and like things come so fast, things come and go sometimes. Like even so I was saying before I dropped Vossi Bop, it was like so that was like after like almost 2 years, a year and a half like of like no one hearing from me. So and even I said, because I said this is the bit that artists wouldn't tell you, like but I was like, well, during those years, like you kind of think, wow, flipping it, how do I fit into this now? Like as in like there's so much going on, there's new artists, there's new music, there's new streaming sites, there's new ways to release music, there's new dynamics to this whole entire industry. And like as much as you was on top of the world at one point, and it's like flipping it, what is so I said like I came back with Vossi Bop, #1 record, and I was like, wow, like bruv, thank God, thank you the supporters, thank everyone who listens to me, thank everyone that's still got my back. Like you can't underestimate, you can't undermine that. That's a blessing, bro. I think I'm very grateful. I'm very, very grateful for that.
Now coming off Gang Signs and Prayer is obviously #1 record, great reviews, giving you a platinum plaque for your debut album is a major accomplishment. Classic question: was that motivation or was that pressure at that point? To, sit and think, especially with 2 years sitting on that success, thinking about what do I want to come up? Was it pressure or was it motivation?
It was both. It was both. I think I always say now, because even when the word pressure used to come up in my career, I always used to kind of pressure what, and I say, bruv, hang on, pressure. Yeah, there is pressure. Every great person has pressure. Right. If you have a great responsibility, if you're great at what you do, if you're one of the best at what you do, if you're in the top tier of what you do, there is pressure. Yeah. Messi deals with pressure every day. Right. Like but what does he do? He performs under the pressure, innit? That's all it is. Like it's funny because what ends up happening, you need to be so good, people should forget the pressure. Like when we see Messi in the Champions League final, you don't think, the pressure. He just does it. Like what are you talking about? Like he just does it. Like
you rather think about how he's doing it. So
how is he doing it? Yeah, but there is a pressure. Like there is I'm sure Messi's wife and Messi's kids and Messi's family and Messi's friends, they would hear him talk about the pressures, but when he's out there ain't no pressure. He's doing what he flipping was born to do. Do you know what I mean? So yes, there is pressure, there is motivation from it, but for me it was always just about doing that, and now having the foundation. I laid the foundation. So for me, all I really felt was that I'm happy now. I've made an album that shows who I am as an artist. So now I've opened the key to my career. Now I have the right to go crazy with melody and do crazy soul and bring out gospel and play with an electric guitar and do this. Like I've got the full spectrum of musicality and musicianship. Like in terms of now my listeners know what I bring as an artist. Now my listeners know I can put out bodies of work. So now I've laid the foundation. it done everything I wanted it to do, and now it's just about bettering that. So yeah.
Especially, you know, a debut album most of the time is your life's work up to that point,
Exactly.
right? You've amassed so much experience and all the stories that you all put that into the debut album. That's why people, most of the time, they fall into an empty space. Sophomore albums are a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
Listening back and forth to this album, I kind of felt like it sounds sonically like a debut album because there's so many stories in there.
Yeah.
How does it feel for you? Is it a classic sophomore album for you?
Oh, I'm so happy you said that. Like, I feel like it feels like a debut in terms of like the amount of the amount of things, the amount of stories I'm telling. Yeah, so for me, I feel like when I listen to the album, I feel like I couldn't have said any more. I couldn't have done any more. I couldn't have been any more brilliant in my musicality and my artistry and my skill and my flows and my lyrics and my melodies and my ideas. Like, I feel like I'd done everything I was meant to do, because as you said, that first album that was 23 years of my life.
Yeah, right.
And all I had to do for this album, well, not all I had to do because it's a big task, was to tell my life story again in this capacity, like from then on, with some of those 23 years and like picking up on that, but marrying it with who I am today and like whatever my truth is. And I just made sure that everything was so steadfast in its truth that I would end up with like 16 pieces of truth and music and brilliant music that I can merge together to make a body of work. Do you know what I mean? So I just said I need to be true to who I am today, which is everything that you hear on the album. Like when I hear the album, like as in that album is so me, it's so representative of me, it's ridiculous. That as in terms of the flavors, the sounds, the sonics, the tempos, that's me. I am definitely the person who, if you talk to me, I'll tell you I'm the best MC in the country. Facts, easy. I think I'm the most brilliant on the mic, the most skilled on the mic, a fucking bad boy MC. I don't think anyone can chat to me. And then I'm also the person who gets fucking terrified at all this kind of fucking responsibility I've kind of prayed for and all that. I am all these things, like, and I am very much heady one as I am yebba. Do you know what I mean? Like, as in like, I appreciate a beautiful, soulful vocal as much as I appreciate a bad boy lyric and flow. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's just so representative of me and the artist I am and who I am and what I am. Man.
So heavily politically charged also, the album. Like, you've always been about these kinds of topics, but on this album I feel like you have this position now that you've come into the last few months and years. Is it from time to time a difficult situation for you to decide to raise awareness at that point, or is it the organic feeling because it's your number one motivation anyway?
I think the difficulty doesn't come from the decision making, because thank God, I always say the thing I'm most grateful for from God is purpose. Like, I have purpose. I know I'm one of them artists, one of those people who I know what I'm know what I'm doing, I know what I'm doing, and I'm doing it full hearted, and I know it's exactly what I'm meant to be doing, despite whatever it's about to do. Like, despite what controversy or whatever, I know what I'm doing, and I know I'm doing it for a right cause. So I have purpose. So, but I guess the difficult bit is, like, it's like this is how I explain it. It's like I'll do something and I'll be like kind of like, like I'm doing this and I'm standing and I'll be ready, and then I'll get the backlash and like I'm cool. But at first I'm cool. I'm cool, and I take it and then after a while I feel like shit. Okay, everyone's throwing tomatoes at me and shouting at me and like shouting and then after a while, just as a human being, I'm not God, I'm not invincible, I can't just stand there, and after a while there are times it scares me and I think, like, fucking hell, shit, can you not stop shouting at me, can you not stop throwing things at me, do you know what I mean? That's what it feels like. But that's probably the best way to describe it. It's like I don't feel a type of way to do it, but of course it's like, for example, like, I can tell everyone, go vote, like, go, and then I look at my Instagram DMs and there's loads of people saying, fuck you, how can you, you prick, and then how can you, and then naturally, just as a human, like, that naturally you just think, oh shit, like, get off me, like, leave me alone, innit, like, fuck off. Like, you know what I mean? But so
and also the other side as well, once you do these kind of things and raise awareness for different topics, and once you stop doing it, there's a responsibility as well.
Yeah, 100%.
The album title plays off of that.
100%.
The head that weighs the crown.
100%. And even you bear whatever, I bear whatever kind of duties I bestowed upon myself and what God's bestowed upon me. And then people like, so even with the vote one's a funny one, because I even remember before I said anything, I had so many and it's so jokes, because obviously I guess this is just in the world of Stormzy, like no one know. But I can't remember who I was saying it to. I was like, yo, like you would have thought this whole elections, as in people are saying, Storms, you need to get the kids to vote. As in, but I have thousands of DMs. I'm seeing people on the street. You need to get the kids to vote. And I'm saying, yo, am I the fucking what the fuck? Get off my dick, like what the fuck, like how am I, like how did I become? I'm not the ambassador. I'm not the ambassador or the fucking, what am I, bruv? I'm a musician, bruv. Get off my dick, like, as in, how can that even be my responsibility? Like, you lot are mad, like, go fucking chat to your local MP about fucking, tell him to figure out, I'll go to the schools, bruv. I don't know, like, you talking to me, like, bruv, like, but. Yeah, so it's like dealing with that as well, and being sure to not listen to that and listen to whatever I think is right. So even if I didn't think it was right, I wouldn't have said nothing, like, as in, and I can't let whatever the world thinks I should be sway me. Like, oh, Storms, you need to, and it's like, no, I gotta carry on having foresight and purpose and trusting in God and not listening to anyone else about what they think I should be doing, because my purpose has always come from God. I can't listen to the world in terms of, like, do you get what I mean? So the voting thing was very much my decision. It's like I didn't even pander to anyone else. I took my decision. I said it when I wanted to say it and when I thought it was right to, and
Yeah, that's interesting. And also speaking about the messy situation when he's at home with his kids and his wife, and maybe then some things happen that you won't see in the public. Did you have any of those moments in 2019 where you were able to sit back and reflect maybe with your friends and family and everybody around you, or was it just 2019 from one stop to another and you didn't even really have the time to reflect on what happened? I think as like a friendship group and a family and a team, that we're always reflecting, like me and my people and my team and friends, like it's always a reflection of, like, and to be fair, they probably remind me more than I remind myself of where we're at and like like what we're doing, and like like it's all good, and like because maybe sometimes I guess I do kind of go full steam ahead and that, but then like I've got people around me who kind of, let's sit down, like, this is cool, like, bruv, remember you did this and we've done this and we've got this coming up, like. So it's been, I feel like 2019 in a sick way will be the year. I think these past 5 years have gone very quick and all that, but I think 2019 will be the year I remember the most. Like I feel like I've taken a lot. I remember these past, as in someone was here the other day and they said I was being interviewed by a Finnish journalist, and he was like, you come back to Finland for the 5th time, and I was like, what? He was like, yeah, the 5th, and I was thinking, I've been to when did I come Finland 4 times? Like, what the fuck? Like, I couldn't believe that. Like, but it just goes to show. But this year, like, I feel like I've taken in the motions. It's been like the pace slowed down a little bit, and right. That's crazy, man. Thinking about that, and also. You talking about purpose makes a lot of sense, because on the album you find lyrics like I do it like Jigga, I turn my people into moguls.
Yes.
Instead of having this money making attitude. Motivations are different. You
exactly.
You don't turn up here with all those chains. It's a whole different type of mindset.
100%. 100%. Do it like I'm Jigga, turn my niggas into moguls. That's like. Do you know what it is? I've always and that's why I say I thank God for purpose, because trust me, and it's not like I'm more special than anyone or no, but those are the things that actually mean a lot to me. So it's like, so even as much as like people will say, you ain't got chains, no. Listen, I love a kettle. Like, as you heard me talking before about the rainbow road, like, I love a kettle. I love a watch. I love my watches. I have. There's a few things I like, but in terms of like. Away from that, like, and away from like like this music and like lifestyle, whatever. Like, there's things that I love and I want to do, and like I really want to achieve, and that comes from purpose, man. Like I want all my brothers and all my friends and all my sisters and everyone around me to have the same platform I have and the same success and money and whatever it is and achievements. As like, I don't want this for myself alone. I want everyone around me to have it as well. So that gives me purpose. Like, and I want my name to be attached to like positive things that where like people are being like, that's purpose. Like, that's all purpose. So, but that's from God, innit? Like, that's not something that's instilled in everyone. So that's why I always say I thank God for purpose, because it's not out on my own. Just like, I woke up, but it's like, no, like shit. Like, it's like I realized one day, wow, like I want to do these things. Like, so I feel like it's like a blessing. Like.
Does it sometimes? Do you have sometimes the moments where you have to, like, actually decide against those temptations? Like, for me, it sounds like temptations versus purpose most of the times, because you got those crazy change and crazy cars and houses and spending money on all these different things, which sometimes might be a good feeling as well. Sometimes,
do you know what it is? It's like, you see, when I say purpose, it's like, I know who I am and who I'm meant to be and what I'm meant to do and what I'm. So, for example, it's even like my best friend Flips, who like is like my partner. He's like he's like the president of our record label. Like, he's like my literal, like, my best friend, like, as in he knows me more than anyone, kind of thing. There's things that I can say, oh, like, bruv, like, what man's gonna, and he nah. As in, we don't do that. Like, that's not in line with our purpose. Like, there's things that, like, and it's just so natural and pure to us. It's not even like, it's not, because if I like chains, if I love chains and I wanted to, I would go and get a chain. But it's just, I genuinely, for whatever reason, I love a kettle.
Right.
I love a watch. Like, but even then, like, I'll still buy whatever. Like, I'll drive a nice car. Like, I'll still like indulge in whatever I kind of want to do. But there's some things that just aren't in line with that. Like, do you get what I mean? And I always feel like if I move with a purity and purpose, then hopefully that's just always received. People just know, like, and some things just ain't in line with that. And it's cool, man.
Yeah. Also, the title, man, "Heavy is the Head," plays off a Shakespeare quote, Henry IV, 1599. I just looked it up.
Oh wow!
Crazy how you mash so much Great Britain traditions and energy and all that into one album. Having these Great Britain, how much Great Britain can you put into a grime album and make it feel organic and authentic as well? Because you go from Wiley to Shakespeare, in one song, and it still feels real. It still feels like
Thank you.
Put it there, but
thank you. Thank you. Because I always like to think, man, like, especially, remember what I said about I laid the foundation with GSAP, my first album, where people know the musician I am. So I always like to think that, like, in whatever truth, in whatever style of music I'm doing, in whatever, like, you hear me, like, as in, people should Vossi Bop, Blinded by Your Grace Part 2, Own It.
Yeah.
Like, that's 3 total different rhythms. Right. And I want you to be able to think, that's 100% Stormzy, that's 100% Storms, that's 100% Storms. Like, as in, when you hear those rhythms, you don't think, Storms, you just that's Storms. Like, that is Storms. That is Storms singing with just the keys. That is Storms fucking spraying at 140. Like, that's me. That's who I am as an artist. So, but I think because I've been so steadfast in my truth, and I've always, like, made the point to show that I am this. And it's not even it's not that I hate the word, but versatility. That's not a word that I put with myself, because I that's not an intention. I don't. Yeah. It's not all like I'm trying to. No. It's just naturally. That is naturally what it's. I'm not trying to show you different styles. I'm trying to show you myself, which I am different styles. Yeah. That's all I'm trying to do. Like, I'm trying to show you who I am as a musician and what I stand for as art, and that comes out soulfully, hip hop wise, grime. Do you know what I mean? It just comes out in different ways. So yeah.
That's interesting, because once you make the decision at the beginning of your career saying, yo, I don't want to make no compromises, I don't want to lie to my fans, I always want to show my own side, they start to believe you. And at the end of the day, once you do a pop record, maybe they still believe you.
100%. And that's all I've ever wanted. Because it's jokes, because at the beginning of my career, like, coming out with the freestyles and like, at the beginning, but I've been doing it. So as in, I always find it funny. Like, say if someone, you might get someone could hear me on a Little Mix tune. I got a tune with Little Mix, me and Little Mix on Power, Bad Boy tune, and then someone could hear it and say, he's a sellout. And then you'll get like a Stormzy supporter who will say, what the fuck you lot talk? This the same Stormzy who was on a Nick Jonas track. Yeah. The same Stormzy who remixed Justin Bieber back in 2014. Like, like as in that's the Storms we're talking. The same Storms who went on a Live Lounge in 2015 and sung so many different pop songs. And do you know what I mean? Like I've been from a early stage of my career. I said, yo, this is the artist I'm choosing to be, and I'm gonna be it for the rest of my life. So get ready,
man. Album cover.
Thank you very much. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. That means a lot. Thank you, bro. Thank you, man.
To take that moment and really, you did Glastonbury, first black solo artist to ever do Glastonbury headlining.
Yeah, first black British solo artist. Black British solo artist.
Youngest ever, I think, since David Bowie.
Yeah, and apparently, rates. I don't know. Apparently, I'm the youngest ever because Bowie didn't actually headline it.
Oh, for real? Oh, he was there, but he didn't have that.
He headlined it. He headlined it because he got there late, but he wasn't the headliner.
He was booked as headliner.
Yeah, he wasn't booked as the headliner. I think he was booked. Like there wasn't there, but he got there and he performed last or something of the sort.
He tricked the system at that
point. I don't know what the story is, but whether it's Bowie, Bowie's a fucking legend, and of course, whether I'm the second or the youngest, whatever. But I'm proud to either or. I'm in good fucking company, man. So blessing, man. That's
were you realizing once your team started negotiating the slot and the headlining gig at Glastonbury, and you get to know from a team, okay, we're trying to do this. Were you realizing what was going on there? What would be the outcome of it, and how large it was?
To be fair, no. So we did we basically, Glastonbury has the other stage, which is like the second biggest stage, which we did second headline slot in 2017. Yeah. The second headline slot, like after it, and it was a powerful set. It was a bad boy set. Like it was like a proper memorable set. Like. And like it was such a big moment for me and my team, and like even for Glasgow, Emily Evis says it now. Like she watched that set, and that was kind of like the set she watched it and thought, wow, like he could headline it one day. And I remember being so proud of that Glasgow set where I said, I don't think I want to play Glastonbury again until I'm headlining. Like, but we said that as a team. We didn't. We there was never no negotiations because Glastonbury doesn't work like that. Glastonbury, they phone you. You don't phone. You can't phone them. Like they will just phone you. They pick their headliners. They phone and you come in it. Like so. Yeah, I just got the call one day from my manager saying, "Yo, like, bruv, I think it's time, bruv." And I was thinking, shit. I was like, okay, this is like a couple years earlier than I thought, but cool. Fuck it, we're here. Like. I was thinking, I can't. What was I gonna say? Oh no, wait 2 years. What the fuck? You don't.
Also, no album out, right? You were still working on the album.
Yeah. So I had one album out. Yeah. So it was like no new album out, and it was like fucking hell, like it was like I'm about to head. And then do you know what put me to peace straight away? Coldplay headlined Glastonbury with one album as well.
There you go. When the music is big enough, you can.
Which made me think, if Coldplay can fucking do it, I can fucking do it. Yeah. Like, because even Glastonbury is like a traditionally like white British rock indie like. Yeah. But then that gave me determination because obviously I was getting the whole fucking why is he headlining it? He's got no hits, he's got no number ones, he's not fucking been around. Like,
really right. It's a British booking.
Yeah. And people like. It's your big legendary acts. It's like it's like the biggest, and like people was like thinking like, okay, like wow, this is a bit premature and all of that. But then my whole thing was Coldplay headlined it with one album. Yeah, I'm fucking just as good. Yeah. Like Chris Martin is like one of my fucking. I love that man. He's one of my fucking. I think he's one of the most brilliant musicians, songwriters of all time. Like I'm very inspired by him, and like I say it on Wiley Flow. I say I'm a young Chris Martin. Like don't get twisted. I got to work on my pen, and I got to fucking write and get in the studio a lot more to one day reach the flipping heights and legendary fucking status he is, but I've always thought like I'm one of the musicians. Like I'm in the breadth of Chris Martin and Adele, and I've probably said this 1,000 times on interviews all over across the world. I feel like I'm what. So as soon as I heard Coldplay, the biggest band on planet Earth, one of the fucking like Chris Martin, like one of, if not the great, like what are you talking about? Like if he done it with one album, so can fucking Stormzy. And I was just like, and that was like my kind of like fire. That was like my fuel. Like, bro, I can fucking. Whenever I was thinking, oh, how can he? I said Coldplay did it. Like, and look at them. So I was thinking one day I'm gonna be a Coldplay, and like, I'm gonna be up there.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy with the show that you turned up there. That at the end of the day, that you showed everyone you were supposed to be there. You know, turning up on stage with that Banksy thing on the step. The step-proof vest.
Thank you, bro.
That's crazy. Speaking about Glastonbury, you don't phone Glastonbury, they phone you.
They phone you.
I feel the same way about Banksy. Like you can reach out to Banksy. What? How did that come about?
Listen, long story short, and that's becoming like a bit of my fucking little catchphrase now. But like, I always say so. I honestly feel like, you know, like Lancelot, what's it? Is it Lancelot or what's it? Pulling the sword from the sun, King Arthur, when he pulls the sword. That's what it felt like with the Banksy-Weste.
Yeah.
Because I had the biggest stage of my life, the biggest gig of my life, the biggest platform of my life, the most defining moment of my life, and it's like I was just walking towards it. The days were going, just me and my team, just getting ready, walking towards it, and then the heavens opened, and then this vest came down. That's exactly how. Because I just got, I swear to God, I just got a message, and it was like, I've made this for you. Would you like it?
That's crazy.
And I was like, what?
Is that a question?
Is that a fucking question? The living greatest artist on planet Earth.
Yeah.
As in, like, there was no like my team reaching out. Hey, Bank, you can't even ask what the fuck.
That doesn't work like
you
that.
Don't work. You don't fucking ask Bank. Banksy doesn't even make clothes. Like that's
exactly.
Banksy doesn't even make. He's never made. It's not like he's known for like doing this. Like, he doesn't do. That's the first time he's ever done it.
Right.
And it's like he saw me and thought, okay, yeah. And he, bruv, till this day, it is like the most God like given like.
You still got that with you?
100%. That's like that's living forever, man. That's
again,
like
man,
that's living forever.
How much British culture? I mean, from Shakespeare to Wiley
to Banksy, and
having the gospel choirs and everything on stage, man.
Mad.
That's just
that was the whole thing. I wanted to I wanted it to be the most brilliant showcase of Black British culture of all time, bruv. Yeah. And
one more small thing. I just saw in an interview that you kind of talk Jay-Z out of the Take Me Home to London track with Ed Sheeran. That made me wonder, because you already told that story, what artists were there that you kicked off your own projects? Once you managed to kick Jay-Z off of someone else's project.
No, to be fair, I kind of told that story a bit. Like, Jay stopped the music, like so he kind of knew. He knew before everyone.
It was a little off.
He knew. So what are we doing here, innit? Like, it was like, and then I kind of was like, bruv, like, if you didn't ask, bruv, I wouldn't have said so. But in terms of who have I, to be fair, do you know what? No, not really. I don't think I ever would have. Or if I have, I can't remember. But because, and it's that purpose thing I go to as well. Even with music, I'm so sure within my music that when I have if it's Heady One on Audacity, I know exactly this is all whether Gets on Bad Boys, that on my first album. I know exactly, as in, there's times, so even with Gets is a funny one because I would have phoned Gets months after he would have been on my whiteboard before I even told him. Do you know what I mean? Before I even phoned him and said, yo, Gets, let me get a verse, please, bro. Like he would have been on my whiteboard, as in, like, I would have had the tune and been so like, oh my fucking gosh, he needs to go, he's gonna fucking be perfect for this. So once it's already written in my head, so it's not like a time wasting kind of like get in and try it. It's like I always kind of know. Man,
thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, brother. That was wicked, man.
I appreciate that a lot.
Thank you very much, man.
December 13th.
December 13th, heavy as the head.
Man. It's gonna be an event.
It's gonna be an event. It's gonna be I feel like I always say it's funny. I've only done this once. Yeah. You see this whole feeling of whoa, I've only like I've only made one album. Yeah. I've only done it once. Like this isn't like I'm not Jay-Z or Kanye with like 15 and it's like, okay, here we go. We're on the whoa, we're here again. Like I've been here once. It changed my life. It was the craziest thing. And then I came out of it and it was like, whoa, that was a tornado. And now it's like, whoa, shit, the second time back in this tornado. And then by the third, I'll be more settled. And the fourth, fifth, it's like, we know, we're here we go again. Like, put the mic on, I know what I'm doing. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time,
Thank you very much, brother. That was wicked, man. Thank you, my bro. Thanks.